Good afternoon from sunny Southern California on a Sunday, late August afternoon. Doesn't feel like summer should be over yet, but it is. Welcome to SSCI 594A for fall 2015. I'm Dr. Bob Voss, and I'll be your instructor for this fall. And I just want to extend a warm welcome to each one of you, introduce myself a little bit, and tell you a little bit about the course. So, my background is that I have a PhD in political science, and I've been involved in things spatial for many years. Within this area, my particular focus is on sustainability, environmental sustainability. And within that area, I'm involved in an emerging multidisciplinary endeavor called industrial ecology, which is kind of about optimizing the flow of materials, water, and energy throughout the world. We like to kind of joke that it's sometimes like recycling on steroids. And I do many things spatial with that, including one of my very specific research focuses is an area called spatially explicit life cycle assessment. And in that area, I look at the flow of water and energy and materials in supply chains, and I think about the locations of supply chains and the way supply chains are embedded spatially on the planet and how that affects the carbon footprint or water footprint, for example, of different kinds of products. So, what you're noticing just from my quick introduction there of 30 seconds or so is that when you get into academic work, the work gets very focused, or maybe the more negative word would be narrow, very quickly. And I think that's something that in tackling your thesis projects that you're all going to discover as well this semester, that a good thesis project needs to be very, very focused. And so I'm going to be encouraging you often to focus your topic ideas quite a bit. Now, in terms of the GIST program, I've been involved with the program for about 5 or 6 years now. And I've been heavily involved with the thesis component. I've advised about 25 students to successful completion of the MS thesis in the GIST program. And I've taught for many semesters the 594A course. And I guess what I hope is that my experience in helping students with a lot of different types of thesis projects will be of help to all of you this semester, to help you very quickly work down into a focused topic, a feasible topic to accomplish in a 2-semester sequence, and also something that that really suits your interests and where you're coming from. One of the things that's really exciting to me always about starting a new semester 594A is the diversity of topics that we're going to see. If you take a look at past master's theses on our spatial science website, which you'll be doing for assignments in just the next couple weeks if you haven't done it already, you're going to see right away this incredible range of domains: biogeography, criminology, solar energy, electric vehicles, just an incredible range of domains that our thesis projects are applied in. That in each case, of course, the idea is that GIST is a real asset in doing something in that domain. And so, we see an incredible diversity of domains, and that's very exciting. Another type of diversity that you're going to see in our thesis projects is actually diversity in the GIST technology itself, and the type of work that's being done in GIST. So some of our theses are more cartography focused, others are web or mobile applications, some are really spatial analysis, maybe going fairly deep in the modifiable aerial unit problem or some aspect of spatial analysis. So again, you're going to see this real range, this real diversity. Obviously, remote sensing also is one I shouldn't leave out. My mission this semester is going to be to help you focus, to help you find the right ways to frame your ideas, and to get those elements of a domain and a specific kind of focus within GIST well aligned, well linked together. So just a few words about our course. First of all, I'd like to point out that it's just in the next few weeks, there are going to be a lot of defenses happening. In fact, the reason I'm recording this video now on Sunday afternoon is because from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. tomorrow morning, I'm sitting as a committee member on a defense for one of our students, Annabelle Lee Enriquez. And so I don't really have time tomorrow morning to do the video. But what I want to do is encourage you, as you see the announcements come through for the defenses, to think about attending a defense in the next few weeks. And the reason to do this is it gives you a glimpse of what the end of the whole process looks like 2 semesters from now. So where you hope to be in May of 2016 or even April maybe. I know that seems like a long way away, but it's actually really not that far away when it comes to getting a thesis project done. And so it's a good idea to come now and see a defense, see how the process works, and maybe even be in contact with those students or the student for the defense you attend. We don't have a student lounge that you guys hang out in as online students, and so if you want to trade some kind of folk wisdom about the process and how to relate to the advisor and all of that, then attending a defense and then maybe following up with the student afterwards with an email and maybe a quick phone call is a great way to do that. So I just want to plant that seed of an idea. If you don't get it done in the next 2 or 3 weeks when there'll be a lot of defenses happening, because we're coming up against a deadline, and I guess it's sort of human nature to push right up against a deadline, right? Then there'll be probably another round of defenses happening in December and early January. So anyway, pick your opportunity. Look carefully at the topics that are coming through, the abstracts that are coming through. Maybe try to pick one that's fairly closely aligned to your interests. Okay. Okay. So now, really, a few words about our course. You're going to confront now a choice in our course early on, which is whether you're going to take an existing prospectus that you've written, say, in SSCI 587, and you're going to build on that prospectus, really staying quite a bit with what you've already done in terms of producing a thesis proposal, or whether you're going to sort of start from scratch, either because you didn't complete a proposal in 587 for one reason or the other, or you just you've gone down a path and you now know that that's not what you're interested in, or it's not really feasible, and so on. Very common for students to find themselves, by the way, in that latter position. And so our course has been designed to make it possible for you to, in either case, produce a brilliant thesis proposal by the end of the semester. And if you're in the case where you're starting from scratch, what you have coming up now in the first 6 weeks of the course is this chance to really work through a couple of assignments, the initial story and the expanded story, that don't have any points attached to them. They don't actually get graded, but they're a quick way to get focus down. And we'll attend to this a little bit when we meet for our first seminar and so on. So, working through these ideas, but I just want to encourage you, to take advantage, if you're starting from scratch, again, sort of take advantage of those first 6 weeks to get yourself into a very solid position. Now, if you are building on an existing prospectus, and in either case, actually, if you can work quickly, I want to encourage you to get ahead in this class if you can. I know that's a tall order, but all the assignments are available on the Blackboard, and all the submission links are already up. So you can begin to submit assignments, and I particularly want to call your attention to the 2 assignments in weeks 7 and 8. Which are a methods outline and a report on data exploration. Those 2 assignments tend to be really helpful to students in terms of focusing and sorting out the feasibility of their project ideas. So as soon as you have a prospectus going, even if it's maybe not in the perfect shape you want it to be, you might want to try to fast forward yourself to those assignments. Okay, get those in early. We can go over them. We can do them. We can redo them maybe even before they go to the jury for the first time. So just want to sort of plant that seed, the idea that you might try to work ahead. And I would like to say also that the way our jury process works is, as soon as you meet the 2 criteria that are laid out in the syllabus and the jury passes you, that will be a time actually when an advisor can already be assigned to you. So you could actually end up with an advisor, in the 8th week of this semester or the 9th week of this semester. And of course, when that happens, I won't disappear. I'll still be here, and the advisor and I will work together to help shape your proposal. But what it'll do is it'll facilitate a very smooth handoff from me to your advisor. So work towards that goal. See if you can get things lined up so that you can actually move to an advisor assignment, maybe a little bit on the early side, maybe a few weeks before the next semester starts. Okay, so just want to lay out the goals there. Either way, if you start from scratch and you just meet the minimum deadlines that are in the syllabus, you're still going to have a very solid proposal, and I'm sure that you will have the opportunity then to finish the thesis in the 2-semester sequence. But if you can work ahead, it's always a good idea. It leaves you a little more room for maneuvering and so on. Changing slightly your methods and so on probably just helps you pace the work a little bit. So with that said, I really look forward to meeting all of you. We will have our first seminar sessions next week. Look for the doodle poll coming on the announcement, and it's going to be a great semester. We're going to work very intensively together and get you guys off to the races. Thanks very much. Have a great day.